Hello all, welcome to Leansimcorp, and in this tutorial of plant simulation we are going to understand about stations and parallel stations and different exit strategies which we can use in plant simulation by creating a small but most effective simulation model. Okay, so stay tuned till the end of this video to understand those details in detail. Okay, now what I wanted to know is, if you see here, this is the time which is relative empty, right? And this is the relative occupancy interruptions and others details out there. Now, out of 1000 parts, 230 parts were produced here. If you just have a look at, okay. If you see that, what does that mean? Is that for our station 1, 230 by 1000, 23% were supply here. And if you see, that's exactly right. If you see, 20% of the parts are going to my station 1, station 2 345, and then station 3 425. That is almost 50%. So they are perfectly aligned. There is no issue in this thing. And the calculation which we are looking at was relatively empty, okay, but the working percentages, if you see here, you should be able to get that out there probably. So weighting, power and stuffs, okay. So this is 50%, 65%, 75%, and but when we look at the part split up, you see that perfectly going out. Now let us go ahead. So you can see here, this is it is. So now let us go back to the model. So now what we're going to do is we are going to change some of the parameters here. Like we are supposed to change the failure mode. We are going to uncheck the failure mode. So now station works 100%. And what we're going to do is, into the processing time thing, we are going to change this to a constant time, and we're going to change that to 4 minutes. And then we are going to hit OK. Okay. And now we are going to run the simulation. And let us see. Okay. Now, if you see, you can see here the changes in the entries now. So what we are supposed to see is, okay, that we see that the number of the entries now differ from the desired percentages because the station 2, okay, let me see, yeah. The station 2 has a longer processing time than other stations. Okay, if I just look at that, where is the station 2? Where? And here we are having the constant time. Okay, now so we are going to see this. So I just go to statistics again. Okay. So you can use different exit strategies. You're supposed to make that, okay. You can also use different exit strategies, like, I'll just go there. So you can also use exit strategies like such as, special attribute and other stations. You can use minimum processing time as the strategy as well. So when I go there, minimum proc time. So what will that do? What it's going to do is the station with this exit strategy moves the EMU to successor with the shortest processing time. Okay, so I apply, the list goes out. Okay, and now when you look at the So what we're going to do is we're going to change the processing time of the station 2 to 5. Now what we'll do is we'll reset and run. Okay. Now when you refresh this, you can see that the station 2 is going to have the least amount of parts because we are sending the parts with minimum processing time. Okay, whichever station is going to have maximum time, it is not going to send parts to that, and that's where you see that the parts are not there to that processing station 2. This is how the exit strategies works based on you. It is also possible to make your exit strategy depend on EMU by choosing EMU attribute in the drop down list below and apply that. When you go there, you can see here. Now here if you see, we can also use it by MU attribute. When you apply that, you're going to see this. In order to showcase this, we need to create an attribute for a EMU. So we are supposed to create the SKUs of the part types or EMUs in the source dialog box and select the sequence for the EMU selection. So what you're going to do is, before that, we are going to open the source, and in this EMU selection, we are going to do it as a sequence. Okay. Now, and the amount, what we're going to do is, we're going to create it as -1. And we are supposed to use a data table. We are going to insert a data table now, and that is going to be here. Okay. We're going to insert data table in the model, then drag it into the, basically, we are going to drag it into the source. Okay. So let me just select that. Okay, what we're going to do is, 1 second. What we are supposed to do is, we are supposed to drag this data table here in this. Okay. So because then that is assigned into the source. Now let us go to the data model here. Okay. Let me take these to side by side. And what we are now supposed to do here is, we are supposed to edit this table. Okay.